Did you know that you could cut your own hair at home? Well, I'm going to show you how. You're watching Curls by Charlene, and I'm your host, Charlene here. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Press that bell button so you're notified every time I post a new video. You are definitely going to need a very good pair of scissors. Don't use these paper scissors or your kitchen scissors. Like, you don't want blunt scissors cutting your hair. And can you see there's two different types? So I have professional scissors, but I do not use the scissors on the right. It's called a thinning scissors, or the ones with teeth. They are not good for our curly hair. For thin, straight hair, yes, but not our hair. So you want to brush your hair forwards, all your hair to the front, and you want to make a high ponytail, one you'd never wear anywhere. You can do this on wet or dry hair, but mine is somewhere in between. I washed it, it's starting to dry, but it's still damp. I would maybe say it's better to do it on slightly damp hair, not too dry and not wet, soaking wet. Now stretch your hair as far as it can go and tie it again. Roughly, I say 2 to 3 inches from the bottom. It depends how much you want to take off. If you're doing a trim, obviously, which is what we're going to do, so we have a healthy cut. I've done it about 2 inches, as you can see. I would say you possibly need to do this every 6 weeks. Like, we do need a trim every 6 weeks, but whether I do it every 6 weeks, that's another question. But I know when the ends of my hair start having knots, yeah, your hair is due for a trim. I cut off about 1 inch. It looks like about 1 inch. Could be a little bit more, a little bit less, but that's how much I cut off. Then you can loosen it and go on to the next portion. This cut that I'm doing is actually called a butterfly cut. So you do it in 3 separate sections, and this is the first bit of the sections that you do, where you cut. And then I've got 2 more sections to go, which I'll show you, and that's what's called a butterfly cut. With our beautiful curly hair, you can't see the results straight away, but just wait and you shall see. You can use a pin tail comb to make a perfect part or line from ear to ear, but for me it doesn't really matter. Just roughly, you want to go from ear to ear in the center of your head, roughly in the center of your head, and tie another ponytail as far forward as you possibly can. Then the same as the first ponytail, you are going to want to pull your hair forward as far as possible and tie it at the end again. As I said, 2 to 3 inches roughly. There you go. At the end, because you're going to want to cut again. It is advisable to do this after you've washed your hair. It's clean. It hasn't got product, it hasn't got gel and all these other things, because, there you go, and I've cut about 1 inch. Look at the difference. You can see my hair really needed a cut. Make sure to cut your hair on clean hair, because if you have products on, like gel, say for instance, you'll have different lengths because your hair curls naturally, so it will be shorter in different sections, and you don't want to have cut some bits in one end and some in the other. You can see the waves already. That's absolutely fine. You don't need to straighten your hair to cut your hair. I am taking a look at the ends. I still had like bits where there were knots and I knew those ends needed cutting. So I went back with the scissors and just cut those specific bits. Please don't break those knots. You don't want to do that to the end of your hair. You will cause a lot of split ends. That's the good thing about our curly hair. You can tell this bit is dead. It needs to come off, even though it's not part of the group that I did the first time. Now, the front bit. You want to section your hair even further forward, like I'm doing from ear to ear, but not the center of your hair this time. I would say like a third of the front of your hair or the third of your head, if that makes sense. If you could section your hair into thirds, this would be the front third and so on and so forth. As forward as possible, exactly the same as we've done before. Just to let you know, this butterfly cut actually works for all hair types. You don't only have to do it on curly hair. All types of hair it works. It just tends to work easier on curly hair. However, if you do have very thin hair, just to suggest, I'm not sure this is the cut for you. So speak to your hairdresser if you have thin, straight hair. You probably don't want to do this cut, but it's up to you. You can always try and then they can amend it. So when your hair is thin already and you start adding more layers to it, it can actually make your hair look even thinner than it is already. So yeah, speak to a hairdresser before you do this butterfly cut. I did cut about 1 inch again. So each section you cut about 1 inch and voila, done. Now it's time to style my hair, or you can style your hair whatever way you like and see the results. I will show you the results in a second, but for now, thanks for watching Curls by Charlene. I'm your host, remember, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Please like this video and leave a comment. I want to know, have you tried the butterfly cut? How did it work for you? Did you have the perfect cut or did you have to go back and amend it? Thanks so much for watching. I'm quite happy with the results, as you can see. But yeah, let me know what you think. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.